Plainville voters on Monday overwhelmingly rejected a request by the town's Board of Selectmen to increase property taxes above the limits of Proposition 2.5. It was the second time in less than 9.5 months that an increase was shot down by voters. Monday's $1.95 million request was defeated 933 votes to 591. That equates to 61.22% against to only 38.78 in favor. A $3.25 million override was rejected in June by a smaller margin, 1,449 to 1,030, or 58.95% against 41.05 in favor.
It's pretty devastating. We've been going through a lot this past year, trying to, through all of our board meetings, when possible, provide updates, especially, particularly on mutual aid, and really at our last town meeting, to get a second ambulance online was, probably the most, the topic that came up most often. But yeah, it's really unfortunate. At this point, we've got a long way to get to where we want to be as a town right now.
I won't say I was surprised that it lost. I was surprised the percentage didn't change, that we showed no progress really in coming up with an answer that was more palatable to people. I think the chairman's right. For a lot of people who had voted no before, we're still living in a pandemic and they're still suffering those same pains, and it's hard for them to make those decisions. I think our challenge right now is our job starts new tonight for how we get to a budget that we can present at town meeting. A budget that reflects the priorities that we need to for public safety and for education and for the other needs in town, with a dollar figure that's less than what we would hope for, but it's the dollar figure we've got. So we got a lot of work to do.
I'm disappointed that the override didn't pass, but it was soundly defeated, even more so. So I respect the fact that the town has spoken. And we're gonna have to really pull everything together. We need to heal this town. We need to really work on some of our issues and then come back strong, because I believe in this town. I think it's a great town. I care about it, and I think that there's great people here. So I think we can do it. It's just a matter of healing up. I think with the pandemic and 2 overrides in that short amount of time, I think people are a little tired right now.
The department's goal is to reduce mutual aid need. You can't build a staffing model and an operational model on mutual aid use. It's wrong, it's improper, you just can't do it. It's not right. Your other people's tax dollars are paying for Plainville for not being able to fulfill their obligations. It's one thing when you get hit with 3, 4, 5 calls at a time. That happens. That's what mutual aid's for. But if you know that you're going to get a second call 40% of the time and you don't have a plan to deal with that, you're not fulfilling your obligation to provide your own community's public safety needs. And our mutual aid partners are great. They're not complaining. They're doing what they got to do because they all haven't forgotten their own past. North Attleboro not too long ago had 3 failed overrides before they passed one, or took 3 tries to pass one. Rentham not too long ago was having to drop to 3 a shift. They're at 6 now. So they haven't forgotten. But the thing is, they fixed themselves. Now it's on Plainville to fix themselves.